Welcome guys. Today I will tell you a little bit about strange topic, a new car. How bad can it be? Stay tuned, watch it. A little bit of an explanation. I thought I need a car for a bad weather. The car that will be used as a winter tires. So I don't have to use my fancy cars when there is snowing, when there is a bad weather. I also need a car to go to a place with a really bad road. So I thought, why should I use my cars? Maybe I will buy something cheap, but with a warranty, so I can have a peace of mind and, use it just like a tool, nothing else. And that's how I end up with this, the Opel Crossland. It's a brand new car. It's got only 2,000 kilometers on it. Why I chose Opel? So first of all, it was cheap, as you can expect. Then maybe some of you know, maybe some don't. Right now, the Stellantis group is the owner of Opel. So first they were bought by Peugeot and Citroen, and I like Peugeots, especially the older ones. Those from mid 2000 weren't very good, as some of you know. But I thought maybe okay, they got back to the old form as the time passed. So why not? This car also can get 8 years of warranty, so I can keep it very long without worrying about it breaking down, paying for service, etc. Then I knew that it has 1.2 liter petrol engine that is called PureTech, Turbo PureTech. They were quite unreliable. There was a strange idea of a timing belt that was in oil. Yeah, exactly. It was in oil. So there were problems with engines not working properly. So I heard that in 2023 they repair it. It's case closed. It should be reliable. Okay, so I thought, why not? Let's take it. And that was a mistake. A few words of an explanation what exactly the Opel brand is, as some of you may not recognize it. It's a German manufacturer with over 100 years experience in producing cars. But recently they changed the ownership about 3 times. So first they were under ownership of General Motors, then they were bought by Peugeot Citroen Group PSA in 2017, and in 2021 the Stellantis Group was born, joining the Fiat Chrysler Group and PSA Group. So that's how Opel, the German manufacturer, ended up with Fiat, Peugeot, Citroen, Dodge, etc. But anyway, the Opel had quite good reputation. They were competing with Volkswagen, so they were quite good cars with good reputation. Maybe until today. And by the total coincidence, right now, today, we've got 2 cars. As you can see, also a brand new Fiat 500 that I think everybody knows. It's a car produced in Poland, this one produced in Spain. What exactly can go wrong? Why do we have 2 cars here? You will see quite soon. As you right now might expect, this car has some flaws, but quite unusual ones for a brand new car made in Europe and sold under a German brand. So let's see what these are. Maybe some of you may not see it at the first glance, but right here, as you can see, the lettering, especially the S letter, is not put on in the best way, let's say. But it's just the beginning. So right now, let's see how Fiat did in this test. They seem to be put well together. How is it possible? And now we move under the bonnet of an Opel Crossland. But there are no problems with engine yet in this car. But I wanted to show you something else. As you can see, here is the seal under the bonnet. You say, it's normal, of course, every car should have a seal right here. But not this one. That's the seal I put on myself, because it was not put during the production. And you say, what's the problem? It doesn't matter if you have it or not. But no, you might be wrong. As you look over here, right here, there would be a gap. And the water from the cars in front of you, the snow, etc., the dirt, comes right here. And you say, that's okay, it doesn't have to be so clean under the hood of such a fancy car. You may be right, but Peugeot decided to put right here a computer that steers probably the engine. You can even see Peugeot and Citroen signs here. And as you look right here, you can see naked cables. So, water cables. Water cables. I think you get my point. But as we are here, I want to show you something else. Do you think it's a standard that on the brand new car you've got such an not very well executed end of the sealing of the bonnet? You will see much worse things in a few seconds. So, right now, guys, I will show you some interesting paint works on this car. Of course, I sent the information that the car has got some really bad paint to the producer, to the importer of the car in Poland, and they responded me that in their opinion the car fulfills every norm but from 1984. So let's see how these cars feel all those regulations. Okay, guys, so the first norm, according to communists from 1984, the car on the 1 square meter can only have 5 dots or dirt under its paint job. Here we've got a square 10 centimeters on 10 centimeters, so 10 square centimeters. Let's see how many dots we will find on 2024 Opel Crossland. Let's get going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great, Opel. You even don't fulfill the communist regulation number 1. Okay, let's try how the Fiat does in our communist norm challenge. As you can see, there are no obvious dusts. The paint, it does great, as all new car should. And the next test, what does the communist say? There shouldn't be any uneven surfaces. There shouldn't be an orange skin. But what we can see here, it's definitely an orange skin. You can see it in the light. And then uneven surfaces. Strange here. What it may be. And we are looking further. Ooh, what's that here? Maybe you can see it clearly, but it's a hole in a clear coat. Really, it's a hole in clear coat. 4 months, always in the garage. And that's how this car looks like. See for yourself. How the earth, this car, would get out of the factory with this paint job. And as we continue the topic, let's see it over here. Not so small drop of paint. Okay, let's go further. Oh, what is it? The hole? We're missing a little bit of steel in the factory. Strange. Okay, let's see how the Fiat does. And right now, the Fiat turn. Will we see something? Is there something wrong? I tell you once again, it's exactly the same manufacturer. It should fulfill the same procedures, the same quality control. Luckily, nothing. Maybe over here. Maybe here we have some orange skin. Maybe other faults. Here? No, it's just a bug. Luckily, once again, Fiat wins. So okay, let's sum this part up. So, as one of my colleagues told me, it seems like they painted this Opel outside and it was done by the drunk guy after siesta. Yeah, that's how it looks like. No, it's not only on the hood as I showed you. Everywhere on this car you can see those strange spots in the paint. I had a lot of cars, new used ones, and never encountered something like that. And here we got a product of the same Stellantis cooperation, and somehow it costs almost the same, and it works, and it looks like it should, like a new car, not like this one, painted by a drunk guy. You know, it's not all negative though. Somehow I decided to buy this car, so the interior is, let's say, a little bit a plus side, to be honest. There's quite a lot of space for such a small car. Also at the rear, the quality is what you might expect for a quite cheap car, you know, cheap plastics down here. A little bit something softer. but maybe here it could be better. It's like it's ceiling is made out of cardboard, but okay, it's not so bad. So you've got some equipment in this car, even leather steering wheel, line keeping assist, and so on. So it's not so bad. Even as you can see, you don't have a naked steel inside of the car, which is quite unusual in car of this price tag. But in the interior, there are also some flaws. As you can see, in the Opel, you can get only this old-fashioned radio. I don't know why you can even buy a better, touch screen or something like that. But you've got a Bluetooth. You've got also a USB. So let's turn it on. Let's change it. And somehow it works. But let's say I would like to change it to number 3, for example. Oh, Opel decided I cannot listen to this. Once again, maybe this track? No, I also cannot listen to it. Somehow there's a problem with USB, so it somehow sees the files, but instantly changes them. Or maybe this one, no, another version maybe, no, unlucky once again. How is it possible? And now let's move to the Fiat. As you can see, the same USB, almost the same system, I think, because it's a sister company. And let's try to switch a tune. Oh, it works. It changes right where I want it to. Once again, yeah, it started to play it as it should. So as you can see, it can work. Okay, so let's take a ride in an Opel Crossland 1.2 Turbo Pure Tech. Oh yeah. I wasn't expecting it to be a thrilling driver's car, of course. I'm not mad. It should be a simple car to move from A to B. And that's how I will talk about it during this drive. So basically, that's quite good. It does what you expect it to do. It moves forward, backwards, it even brakes. But to be honest, the engine is quite good, in my opinion. It's got enough punch. It's quite economical, about 6 liters per 100 kilometers. The gearbox, it may be smoother, but it's not the worst I ever used. So, and the drivetrain, it's really nice. The steering and general suspension setting, it's quite dull, as all of those cars, electric steering, lack of feel. It's not that bad in the center, but as you are cornering, you feel it's not working as you would expect it to be working. But it does its job. If let's say in this way, if you are going on a speed limit, you can take any corner safely without any dangerous situation, and that's all you would expect from a car like this. Then you've got the case of brakes. As I told you, it stops. For a plus side in this price range, it's got rear discs instead of drums, so for me it's a plus. And the drive general is not so bad. It's not very noisy inside. Of course, if you rev this 3-cylinder engine, you can hear the characteristic sound, but for me it's not bad. On a high with a higher speed, if you are going on a highway, of course you can hear some wind noise, especially around the mirrors. But it's not the end of the world. Again, it's what you would expect from a car like this, and nothing less and nothing more. So in this let's say part, it's okay. It's good. I also test drive this car before I bought it, so I knew what to expect. So generally, it's okay. I don't blame this car, but as we were driving to the Berlin, from Poznań to Berlin, it's about 300 kilometers. We took two of those cars because in total we bought three in our family. So just the cruise. We wanted to do some sightseeing there, some bad roads, so on. So I thought, why not? Let's test it. It's not so far away. For sure, it won't be the end of the world. My car has 2,100 kilometers after this trip. It had about 1,500 before it. So it did it. It came from Berlin to Berlin, and it's all right. But the second car, it had a little bit more mileage, about 5,000 right now after this trip. And as we are going from Poznań to Berlin, it used almost all of its tank of coolant. So the coolant reservoir was almost empty. In an almost brand new car, also only 4 months, only about 4,000 kilometers. So okay, we went to the Opel dealership. They told us they don't see any obvious leaks. They filled it and told us to get back to Poland. And we did. During the return, the temperature gauge was going up, down. But the car was running okay. They told us to go. We stopped, of course, to see if there is coolant. And there was a coolant, so no problem here. But as we came to Poznań, we heard this strange noise under the bonnet, something like the air was going out from somewhere. And guess what? It was around the coolant reservoir. As you can see and hear right now in the movie we took as an evidence. And of course, the fan was going on the full speed, no matter how long you waited for a car to cool down. And so that one ended up in the service, and we are still waiting to get to know what happened. So basically, almost brand new car ended up on the lorry going to the service. It's really ridiculous. Okay guys, welcome from the highway cruise. Let's push a little bit, 120 kilometers per hour, and see what is happening with the steering wheel of the Crossland at those speeds. It's rattling, I don't know if you can see it, but also to go straight, you have to have it a little bit to the left side. Here, see how it shakes right now. And of course, Opel dealership tells it's normal. There is nothing wrong with the car. Interesting. As we try to sum it up, the car is not dramatic itself. It does what you want it to do. It does what you expect it to do. With a reasonable economy, with good space inside, and also in the boot, which is for me huge for such a small car. But the quality, the paint job on those cars, because on all three of them is the same. And now the problems with the engine, it's a mess. It's a complete mess. So I don't recommend this car to anybody by any means. If you want to buy a used one, please check it very carefully. Check it in a service with somebody who knows something about the cars, especially about the paint job, because I don't know for how long it is like it is right now. So basically, it's better, I think, to buy a used car, maybe even with a warranty from the dealer, but from a better manufacturer, from a better source maybe. So that's how it is. That's the Opel Crossland 1.2 Turbo Pure Tech from 2024. If you like the video, please subscribe, like. I want to hear your comments, what you think about the situation. Maybe you had something similar with other cars, maybe with an Opel, maybe even with a Crossland. Bye guys.